Right, well, this video is an update on Falcon, the Gresley A4 Pacific class loco in British Rail livery, pulling the Heart of Midlothian train. I mean, as you can see there on the top of the coaches, they all say Heart of Midlothian, which is quite nice. But the locomotive that pulls this train, Falcon, this A4 here, had a problem. She had a problem that you may recall in a previous video to do with her connecting rod just there. You see that upper rod, the one that's pointing at what looks like 2:30? Basically the really tiny one here, that was loose and was just dangling off somewhere around here. Basically what had happened is, if you'll excuse my gigantic finger, is the pin just in here, which holds this rod, had snapped off and come loose, meaning that the rod had nothing to connect to. Obviously that was not ideal, and it took quite a while to fix because a pin of the correct size had to be found to secure this rod in place. And if I just zoom out and then move around to the other angle, you might be able to see more clearly just what has been done to her. How about that? If we then zoom in from there, no, it's still quite hard to see. But basically, what's been put there in place is actually part of the detail from a V-Trains kit. A tiny little bit of plastic has been put into that mounting just there, and the hole in the end of the metal rod is now wrapped firmly around this piece of plastic, basically, meaning that it's now held securely in place. Apparently this seems to be quite a common problem with this particular class of loco. I've seen quite a few videos of people's A4s breaking down in pretty much the same way. So there's obviously a design flaw somewhere, and if you get one of these locos, there's a chance it could suffer from the same problem. But thankfully it's been fixed and she is running like a dream. Absolutely beautiful. So let me give her a bit of power and let's just see how beautifully she now runs. Sorry for the slight jerk there, it's because she's DC. And obviously there's a point at which the power overcomes the friction and she actually starts to move. Let me get right in close on that coupling just to show you what I mean. See how that little rod pointing at 2:30 is now completely stationary. In fact, if we just get her to come back, because she's going into the realms that I can't put my legs and feet in anymore. So if we get her to come back, and there she is, with all her linkage running absolutely beautifully. Especially the problem area at the back there, where the linkage was broke. That rod isn't even moving to the left and right anymore. It's completely stationary, while the main connecting rods are free to flow, as they should. So she's been fixed, which means the Heart of Midlothian train is back in action. Now I've not got any sound effects, so you'll have to bear with me. Excellent. Absolutely brilliant.